Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into the world of WordPress. Specifically, can you actually build a WordPress site
Yeah.
without hosting? Like,
Right.
is that a real thing that you
Yeah.
can do? We're going to find out.
Absolutely.
And we've got this really informative article. It's from Now Technology Systems,
Okay.
which is an Australian company.
Mm-hmm.
They're all about WordPress.
Okay.
And they really lay out all the steps
Oh, no.
about what it takes to kind of get your WordPress site going. So
Wow.
this is super relevant, I think, to anyone listening who
Sensitive.
is thinking about, maybe starting a small business
Yeah.
or
Sure.
already has a small business and they're like, I
Yeah.
need to get online. How do I make this happen?
And I think what's really interesting here is that the article doesn't shy away from the fact that for a live website, you got to have hosting.
Yeah.
It's like saying, I want to open a shop, but I'm not going to rent a storefront.
Yeah.
You need that physical location.
Yeah. No, that's a really good analogy because I think hosting can be kind of this
Totally.
vague term where you're like,
Yeah.
I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, it's one of those things you hear and you're like,
Yeah.
I think I know what that is,
Uh-huh.
but I don't really know what that is.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you had to explain hosting to someone
Yeah.
who is totally clueless,
Yeah.
what would you say?
I would say it's like renting space
Okay.
on the internet for your website to live.
Okay.
So just
So it's like the actual physical
Yes.
location.
Your website needs a place to call home.
Gotcha.
And that's basically what hosting is.
So if you don't have that,
Yeah.
your website's got nowhere to go.
It's homeless.
It's homeless.
Yeah.
Oh, sad. So choosing the wrong hosting
Right.
would be kind of like, I don't know if you were trying to rent a storefront,
Yeah.
but you rented a storefront
Right.
that nobody could see and
Yeah,
it was impossible to get to.
Totally.
So you could have the most amazing shop in the world,
Yeah.
but nobody would be able to find it.
Yeah.
What would you say
Yeah.
are some of the really important must-haves
Yeah.
when it comes to hosting, especially for
Yeah.
business owners?
Yeah. So, I mean, this article nails it when it comes to that.
Okay.
They talk about visibility and security and support.
Okay.
Those are like the three big ones.
So it's like having all the staff that you need
Yeah.
to
Absolutely.
keep your business running,
Totally.
but it's online.
Yeah. You got your security guard, you got your marketing team,
Mm-hmm.
you got tech support all rolled into one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That makes it easy.
Exactly.
Now they throw a couple curveballs in here.
Okay.
They talk about WordPress.com. And they talk about this thing called local development,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds very fancy and technical.
It does.
So let's unpack those a little bit
Yeah.
because those seem like maybe you could do them
Right.
without hosting.
Yeah.
So let's start with WordPress.com.
Okay.
What is that?
So WordPress.com, basically, they handle all of the
Okay.
technical stuff for you,
Okay.
like the setup.
Got it.
So it's kind of like if you, if you rent an office space
Yeah.
and it's already furnished,
Oh, okay.
you just bring your laptop.
Easy peasy.
Yeah,
You're ready to go.
exactly.
And so it's kind of like they've already got the WordPress site already
Yep.
for you.
It's good for beginners
Okay.
because you don't have to worry about all the technical stuff.
Okay. So what's the catch?
There's always a catch.
It's always a catch.
There's always a catch.
Yeah.
So,
Because it can't be that easy
no, really?
to have a website.
Yeah.
What's the catch?
It's going to cost you something, right?
Okay. All right, we're going to find out
We'll tell you what it is
what that catch is.
right after this. So with WordPress.com, the catch is you're a little bit limited on the customization side.
Okay.
So how WordPress is known for having
Yeah.
all these amazing themes.
Yeah. And like a million plugins.
Exactly. Exactly. And you can really make it your own.
Right.
With WordPress.com,
Yeah.
you're kind of stuck with whatever
Dang.
templates and options they give you.
So you don't have as much
Right.
creative freedom.
Exactly.
And that's really important.
Yeah, especially
If you're running a business,
totally.
you want your website to look like nobody else's.
100%.
Okay, so less creative freedom.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then, so plugins. Plugins are huge, right?
Yeah, plugins are everything.
They're everything. That's what makes WordPress so powerful.
They're like the apps on your phone
Yeah.
that make it do all the cool stuff.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
you're a little bit limited
Okay.
on WordPress.com
Okay.
as far as plugins go,
Got it.
especially if you're on the free plan.
So you might not be able to get
Yeah, let's say you need a really specific SEO plugin
yeah.
that everybody says is amazing.
Right.
It might only be available
Oh.
on the super expensive plan,
Got it.
and that's not ideal.
Right, because then you're like, is it worth it
Right, exactly.
to pay for that plugin?
Right.
Okay.
And then another catch is you might get ads.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So even though you're paying them,
Potentially.
you might get ads.
You might end up having ads on your website.
On your business website.
Yeah.
Which
a lot of people don't like.
No, it's not a good look.
Not a good look.
No, not professional.
Not professional.
Not at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's WordPress.com in a nutshell.
Okay.
Super convenient. Yeah. But it comes with some
caveats.
Some caveats.
All right.
Yeah.
What about this local development thing?
Okay, so local development.
I love the name, by the way. Chuckles. It sounds very official.
It does, yeah.
Like I'm doing something very important on my computer.
It does sound very fancy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I should probably be wearing a lab coat or something.
Yeah, you need some goggles on.
Right. Safety first.
Exactly.
Okay, so what is it?
So local development is basically you're building a WordPress site.
Okay.
But you're building it offline.
Okay.
On your own computer.
So you're building it like on your hard drive.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so weird to think about.
It is kind of weird.
Because it's like, I always think of websites as being like...
Out there.
Out there.
In the ether.
In the cloud.
Yes.
You know, like not something that actually exists on my computer.
Right, but it can.
Okay.
And that's kind of the beauty of local development.
So I could theoretically have a whole website. You could have hidden on my laptop.
100%.
Nobody knows about it.
Like your little secret project.
My secret website.
Exactly.
That's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool, yeah.
Okay, so how does that work? Like, what's the point of that?
So think of it like this.
Okay.
Let's say you're a chef.
Mm-hmm.
And you're working on a new recipe.
Okay. I like where this is going.
You're not just going to make that recipe for the first time.
Right.
In front of all your customers.
In the middle of dinner rush.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to experiment in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, at home or whatever.
You're going to perfect it.
You're going to perfect it. And then, once it's ready...
You're going to unleash it on the world.
Exactly.
Okay, so local development is like the test kitchen.
Exactly.
For your website.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can mess around.
You can try out different plugins.
Exactly.
And if it all goes wrong...
You know, it doesn't matter.
No one knows.
Because nobody can see it but me.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's great for experimenting.
Okay, but then at some point...
Yes.
Don't you kind of want to, let people see it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's the point of having this amazing website?
Right, you want to share it with the world.
Yes.
Right.
If nobody can see it.
Exactly.
So that's where hosting comes in.
Exactly, yeah.
So you can build it on your computer, but to actually launch it, you've got to have hosting.
You need a hosting server.
Got it.
100%.
So there's no way around that?
There's really no way around it.
Oh, okay.
It's like you said, you can build it on your computer, but you eventually want to share it.
Right. Otherwise, it's like writing in your diary.
Totally.
Like nobody's ever going to read it but you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Cool, yeah.
So we've talked about WordPress.com. We've talked about local development. Yeah.
Now, this next bit, I think, is really important.
Okay.
Especially for our Australian listeners.
Okay.
Because the article really emphasizes this.
Yeah.
They talk about choosing a hosting provider that has data centers in Australia. Right. Now, why is that so important?
So I think a lot of people, they don't really think about it. Right. They think the internet's just like internet.
It's all the same.
It's all the same, yeah.
It's in the cloud.
Right, exactly.
But that's not true, is it?
No, not really. No. Your website actually lives on a server in a physical location.
Okay.
And that physical location can actually impact how quickly your website loads.
Interesting.
For your visitors.
Okay, so tell me more about that.
Yeah. So if your server is in, say, America.
Okay.
And your target audience is in Australia.
Right.
It's going to take a little bit longer.
Got it.
For that website to load.
Makes sense because it's like traveling across the world.
Yeah.
It's okay. So having it in Australia means it loads faster.
Exactly.
For Australians.
Faster for Australians, yeah.
Okay, and I'm guessing that's really important.
Or businesses.
Huge, because nowadays, people are not going to wait around.
Right. Everyone's impatient.
Exactly. If your website takes more than 2 seconds to load.
Right. They're gone.
They're gone.
They're on to the next thing.
Yeah, they're like, see you later.
Exactly.
I'll find someone else.
There's a million other businesses out there.
100%.
So if yours is too slow, they're gone.
Yeah. You snooze, you lose in the online world.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the speed thing.
Yep.
What else is important?
And then just peace of mind too, right?
Okay.
Knowing that your data is secure.
Okay.
Especially if you're in Australia.
Yeah.
There's all those,
right.
data privacy laws and regulations.
Yeah, which are very important. Super important. And if you're dealing with a local company,
right.
you know they're going to be
They know the rules.
They know the rules.
They have to follow the rules.
Exactly. So it just gives you that extra peace of mind.
That's a really good point.
So you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because that's a whole other headache that you don't want to have to deal with.
Exactly.
Especially when you're trying to run a business.
Especially when you're trying to run a business. Exactly.
Yeah, you got enough to worry about.
You've got a million things going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this has been super helpful.
Yeah.
I feel like we've covered a lot of ground.
We did, yeah.
And I really appreciate you breaking down
of course.
all this WordPress and hosting stuff.
My pleasure.
For us.
Happy to do it.
So if our listeners are interested in learning more about hosting in Australia or WordPress in general, we will put a link to the Now Technology Systems.
Website in the show notes.
Awesome.
So be sure to check that out.
Yeah, check them out.
And until next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.